Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Shock Horror Theatre, a realm of the dark and the macabre. You know, I can't even spell the word macabre, but anyway, my name is Ruben Crowley, and this is our movie review for Abigail. So, if you don't mind, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. So, Abigail released in 2024 and was directed by the oh-so-talented bastards that brought us Ready or Not, Scream 5, and Scream 6. And it stars Alicia Weir, Melissa Barrera, Dan Stevens, Catherine Newton, Will Cartlett, Kevin Durand, Angus Cloud, and Giancarlo Esposito. Story. This film follows a group of kidnappers who capture the daughter of a powerful underworld figure and foolishly demand $50 million for her release, unaware of something very sinister. Ha ha ha. So, spoilers, turns out that Abigail is a vampire. I don't think that's much of a spoiler. It was all over the marketing, and if you've not already seen this movie, then, well, I guess it's your fault that I just ruined it. I could also tell you that in the last 5 minutes, Abigail's father turns up, and I am more than 90% sure that he is supposed to be Count Dracula himself. But I'm not going to tell you that, because even I wouldn't be stupid enough to reveal a spoiler like that. So, like I already said, this movie comes to us from the talented bastards that made Ready or Not. And like that film, this film manages to combine elements of horror with elements of comedy. Oh, and elements of action as well. Can't forget about that. I've always been a big fan of movies that take place in basically one location, like Panic Room, Ready or Not, The Cat and the Canary, to reference a classic horror movie there. There's something about throwing together a ragtag group of characters and watching mayhem ensue that just tickles my fancy in ways that a lady of the night could possibly not, no matter how much money I throw at them. Trust me, I have tried. So let's talk about the good. Number 1, the performances. Number 2, the writing. Number 3, the direction. Everyone from Melissa Barrera, who you might remember from Scream 5 and Scream 6, to Dan Stevens, who you remember from Beauty and the Beast, The Guest, and more recently Cuckoo, are on top form here. If I had to mention one weak link amongst the cast, unfortunately it would go to Mr. Angus Cloud, who here plays the stereotypical hacker/stoner character. And from what I understand, Mr. Cloud passed on after the release of this movie, so please don't come back and haunt me, Mr. Cloud. Though you're the weak link in this magnificent cast, at least you're not the production assistant that has to go and get coffee from the basement. No one wants to be the production assistant who gets coffee from the basement. Why are they getting coffee from the basement? I do not know. Let's move on. This being a horror movie, you'll be glad to hear there is lashings of blood in this film, though it does take a little while for the carnage to get going. But once it gets going, it doesn't stop until the credits start to roll. I watched this film a couple of times since its release, and every single time I watch it, I can't help but be amazed by how good the gore effects are, how good the performances are, particularly from the lead, Alicia Weir, who plays Dracula's daughter, Abigail. So if you like vampire movies, this is the very one for you. If you like gory movies, this is the very one for you. If you like movies that combine comedy and horror, you guessed it, this is the very one for you. So if you haven't seen Abigail yet, give yourself a slap across the face, put in a nice pair of fake fangs, and sit down and watch this movie post-haste. That means as quickly as possible. Watch this movie as quickly as possible. Therefore, I'm going to score Abigail an 8 out of 10. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my totally not improvised review for Abigail. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then, feel free to give me a thumbs down. But remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewers. And that is, a good nightmare comes so rarely. So keep your eyes peeled.